and welcome back to another edition on the King Kaye Games Channel. My name is Kay. It is good to have you with us again. Today we are in America, my home country. I like to stream a lot in the UK and sometimes in Germany. Uh, really all over the world. I do some stuff in Switzerland as well. But today I am showing my home country some love. Today I want to do a run off of the Long Island Railroad, as well as a run in Jersey on New Jersey Transit. I actually already have the game set up, so we'll just jump straight on into it. Okay, so here we are in Hoboken with the cab set up. We'll insert the plug. Cutoff valve is in. Instrument lights already on. Headlights bright. We'll get the doors open. Open the windows a little bit, it's a little stuffy in here. Yeah, my whole thing with the ALPs, it took some time to get used to. But I've played the New York to Trenton DLC so much, it just became a little bit easier. I'm just a little rusty right now because I have not been on this, well, not this route, but the New York to Trenton route in a while. And I literally never drove the cab car. It's always been an ALP 46 or an Acela train. So, I mean, it is what it is. I know I'm forgetting something over here. Let's see. Nope. Nope. Come on. Jeez, come on. Okay. All right. Well, whatever. Is on. Do I really want to be bothered with this today? I don't think so. Turn on the ditch lights. What is... No, not you. All right, we're good to go. And brakes are released. And applying power to the master switcher. 15 leaving the platform. That I like. This thing is very bouncy. Look at that. As we enter the yards, Hoboken. Thing of beauty over here. Look at this. to turn access on. I feel like it restricts me from doing the speeds I want to do, even when I'm not speeding. This is probably the only route I will not put safety systems on. Otherwise, I do like to get the points, but I just want to enjoy the ride sometimes. .4 miles to Meadows, which I have never ever heard of being in this area. I've heard of the Meadowlands, but I've never heard of a station called Meadows. And the fact that it's just a car length long leads me to wonder why it's actually in this game. It's literally one whole car length. As we approach the Bergen tunnels, we are 3 miles from our first stop. The funny thing is, I've lived in the New York, New Jersey area all my life, and I have never been on an arrow. Mainly because my line doesn't have the arrows on them. Like my line usually have AOP 45, well AOP 46s. I don't think I've really seen 45s on my line, on the Bergen line, heading up to Port Jervis. But if I actually seen one of these in real life, I think I would be giddy as a kid. Oh my God, look at that arrow, that's beautiful. And my girlfriend would just look at me like, it's just a train. 2.3 miles to Meadows. Just going a little more speed. Yeah, the Bergen line, if you do the whole full run, you could be on that train for like 3 hours. It literally goes, if you do the Port Jervis part, like the New York part, once you get out of Jersey, it goes all the way to Port Jervis. You're just about in Pennsylvania if you do the full run. Like my mom lives almost to the last stop, so taking a train out there was a real hassle. That just going to see my mom, I lose like 6 hours, or almost 6 hours, when I was living in New York City, because I would still have to get to Secaucus Junction and transfer to the train to go out there. Yeah, that's pretty much an all-day thing. Definitely glad I have a car. Yeah, I know Campbell Hall. A lot of people would get off at Woodbury. What is that? That might be Harriman. Station name might be Harriman. But a lot of people would get off at Woodbury and go shopping. Especially right about now, it's very busy. Driving as well. Anything in that area, good luck. Woodbury Commons. I don't look forward to that. Especially when I gotta go visit my mom up there. It's not the best time. December anyway. Yep, Woodbury Commons. I usually overshoot this little station here. I won't come in so hot this time. Okay, doors are... What's going on? What's going on? Hey, doors are finally open. Locking the doors. All right, releasing the brakes and applying power. I want to say this might be a New Jersey Transit facility. Yeah, I know Binghamton. Is that off of, what is that? Is that Route 6? No, that's 17, isn't it? Should be Route 17. I wouldn't mind the burger line in this game. If not this game, at least in Train Sim Classic. I think that would be cool. I mean, in Train Sim Classic, they do have a New Jersey Transit revamp. I think it's like in their workshop or whatever. Steam, and it has all the lines merged together, which is a pretty cool concept, but a lot of it is missing scenery. Like they'll have like the trees along the track edge, but if you look further out, it's missing a lot of scenery. The one line that I would say is modeled would be the Morristown line, but if you do the branches, like it splits off to, you know, Gladstone and Montclair Boonton. If you hit those branches off of the Morristown line, it's just track, like there's no scenery. And I would love to, like, you know, get a whole run with every single New Jersey Transit line. Going south, you do have the routes going south, like, you know, at the Atlantic coast, like down to Atlantic City and Long Branch. But I live in Bergen. I don't need the lower southern part of the state. Give me the upper part. That's what I want to do. Next stop is Newark Broad Street. As we have to drop down to 30. Should be 30 right before the bridge to Newark Broad Street. It's another line I'm very familiar with. I've actually done videos on all this stuff on my YouTube page. So I've done a full run, well, not from Poughkeepsie, but I started off in Croton Harmon, and I've done a run down to New York Penn in the M2. Or is that the M4? That might be the M4. The old school red one with the stripe on the side. It's very fun. I get very nostalgic driving that route.
The next station stop is Newark Broad Street. When leaving the train, please watch the dash.
Coming up on Newark Broad Street. This is Newark Broad Street. Doors will be opening on the left. hopefully we'll get some station announcements. Never know with Dovetail Games.
This station stop is L.I.R.R Street.
And this is what I don't like. Why is this door open? Like, seriously, this would not be done if this was real life. Like, why would you open that door? If you're the train driver, how do you feel safe with that? Like, how do you feel safe with this? It's unheard of. Being from this area, do you even remember seeing anything like this? I've called that out every time I do this route, because I only see it on the arrow. Okay, doors are closing. And applying power. Highway to the right is accurate, although they have it as a street. East Orange is next. So the tracks coming up to the right separates to the Montclair Boonton line. They should be coming up pretty soon. I may have been to Dover once in my lifetime on this train. So Montclair Boonton is to the right there. Those tracks meet up with us at not Dover, but Denville on this line. Not with us. We're only going to Summit, but the full Morristown line, they meet up at Denville. At Summit, this train usually switches over to the Gladstone line, which branches off of the Morristown line. Which is really funny because Dovetail Games used this as their, no, actually it was the 45. I was going to say it was their premier train, but the 45 was their premier train. This was a bonus. This is the gem. Like, This is the train that should have been the premier train, if you ask me. Hey, this is East Orange. Doors will be opening on the right. And I don't know what to call this thing. It's not an actual reverser. I don't know, I guess I would call it a master switcher. And the other thing is, why do I need to go all the way down there? I guess I didn't. I just wasn't paying attention. Those are opening on the right. Don't really hear any station announcements. Wasn't that what they sold us on? I don't think I've heard one yet. This route anyway. But I'm just gonna set up for a flyaway here. Doors are closing. Releasing the brakes. And applying power. Just like that, we are at Brick Church.
Church.
Attention, Brick Church Station customers. The next train to stop on track 1 will be the 3:06 p.m. eastbound train to Hoboken, stopping at Brick Church, East Orange, Newark Broad Street, and Hoboken. Please stand back from the yellow line. Watch the gap between the train and the platform when boarding.
It's the first announcement I've heard. That actually sounds pretty good. Arrow. One thing I do like that wasn't as crisp in Trains in World 5. The trees, the foliage, like these different colored trees actually look really good. I know it's a small thing, but it's the small things that you notice. It's the small things that you notice, but I think it looks really good. This is orange.
This station stop is Orange.
Doors are closing. And departing. Hello, Sly Wolf. Welcome to the stream. Next stop is Highland Avenue.
Highland Avenue. Emergency train. Please stop for gas.
This is Highland Avenue. Doors will be opening on the right.
Basking Range, Bernardsville, Far Hill, Peapack, and Gladstone. Please stand
Find the
back.
gap leaving the train.
This station
Watch
stop
the
is
gap between
Highland
the
Avenue.
train and the platform when boarding.
Like, look at the foliage. It looks really good. Like, I don't remember it looking that good in Train Sim World 5. But I think it looks really good right here. So if they've done anything right, they've at least got the trees right. Oh, buddy, I really don't want to disappoint you, but they are never going to do it. I've actually asked Matt Pedalston. Okay, it's the part. I've actually asked Matt Pedalston about that, specifically like subway and like underground services in the UK, and he bluntly told me they do not want to do underground and subway routes anymore because they would be going in blind and guessing on almost every station. And honestly, I don't care. I am from New York. I want to see a subway route in this game. You can guess all you want. Like who the hell is gonna be exact with tunnels, like where the curves are? You know, like just give us a route. It'll shut New Yorkers up, and they'll enjoy it, and no one's gonna actually critique. Oh my God, this doesn't turn here. Like, are you serious? Just give me the route, bro. Stand by on the yellow line, please. I would love to have a subway route in this game. I actually recently did a video not too long ago using the number 7 train. It wasn't for Train Sim World, but it still got a lot of people to like it because they, like myself, want to see a subway line. like myself, they want to see a subway line, and I found this this DLC called World of Subways, and it was World of Subways 4. It has the old school number 7 train while it was still red, going out to Shea Stadium, which I thought was pretty cool. Very, very nostalgic for me, you know, because I've taken that train to Mets games many times when I was a kid. So it was very nostalgic for me. And I did that run. Doors opening on the right.
Mountain Station.
I did that run, and like if you go to my YouTube page, it's on my YouTube page. It's got announcements and everything with the conductor, you know, saying clear to close doors, all that stuff. It's good. I love it. It's very nostalgic for me, and I wish it was in Train Sim World at some point. Not the red version, the old school Redbirds, but yeah, I definitely wish they had some type of subway line in this game. I mean, you can at least try once. You have one line for the UK, and in Germany, you know, they have their bonds, the BAHNs. It could be Simring, Ringbahn, whatever the hell you want to call it. But even they have, you know, some type of underground commuter train. Why can't America get just one? And yes, you know, I can tell you're a good dude because you're a Mets fan.
When leaving the train, please watch the gas.
I say that because I'm a Mets fan. Obviously. But why can't we get just one subway? New York subway. That would be so cool. And it probably would be my most played route. So I don't even think I would need to actually put the HUD on. I can probably drive it HUDless if it's a line that I've been on many, many times.
This station stop is South Orange.
Let's see who's getting on. Yeah, that is so weird. That is so weird. I've never heard of that. But apparently no one wants to get on, so it must stink. I don't know. Oh, God. Just opened up another worms for me. We just lost 3 of our core people. You go from having one of the highest payrolls with expectations of winning to getting rid of one of your biggest bats. I wouldn't say our best outfield, but you know, he was still up there respectively. And losing Diaz, which is probably one of the best closers in the game. Now you have nothing. And no one's going to go to the games this year unless they do something that's really worth, you know, people wanting to come out. Yeah, we have Soto, we have Lindor, but that's not enough. You know, unless you put Lindor in back of Soto, which they won't do, Soto's going to get walked like 150 times. And it's going to affect how they play. Yeah, that's not a big enough splash for me, though. You know, like there needs to be more to fill out this lineup. Like how are they going to fill out this lineup? Let alone they need pitching. They don't even have the pitching depth that they need. So it's going to be a long season next year. And I'm pretty sure I'm probably going to watch like 20 games. You know, it's going to be hard for me to sit there and watch this team play. You know, I've been suffering for the longest, and and Steve Cohen's already got his casino, so he doesn't really care how the Mets do, as long as he gets to make his money. He's a billionaire. He's a businessman. You know, he's gonna do what he needs to do to make more money. But it is what it is. I mean, I just don't want them to give away our young guys for aging talent. It's funny, he keeps talking about run prevention, but honestly, Alonso was not that bad defensively. He was not that bad defensively. You know how many picks he dug out of the dirt from bad throws? Like, you can't blame that on him. He puts up 40 home runs a year, gives you like 120 RBIs. Like, you're not gonna find anybody else out there that's as good as he is. So you should suck it up when it comes to him being a defensive liability, which I don't think he is. But we'll see. I mean, there's still plenty of winter stuff going on, so hopefully they'll make some trades that will help them improve. You know, I honestly think they're just embarrassed, which is why they want to break up the team a little bit. They're embarrassed because they had such a high payroll and didn't make the playoffs, and a team like the Reds did. So they're trying to save face. Yeah, that's the Mets trying to compensate with them saying that they messed up. They messed up. They didn't want to give him the 5 years and expected the rest of the league to say, well, if he's not getting 5 years in New York, why should I give him 5 years? No, someone like the Orioles said, look, we recognize your talent. We want you in Baltimore. And he's going to go to Baltimore and he's going to kill it. He's going to kill it in Baltimore. I'm telling you, watch. And Diaz, it didn't even matter about the money. He just wants that ring. I don't blame him for that, but just be honest about it. Don't say you want to come back to the Mets and then the first chance you get, the Dodgers call you, you just jump. Like, he could have at least listened to the Mets before he signed. But Stearns likes to shop in bargain barrels, so we'll see. We will see. I'm hoping it works, but I don't have high hopes. Okay, doors are closing. All right, releasing the brakes and applying power. That is correct. I actually do like Bellinger, and I wanted them to get him last year. And then he went to the Yankees. So Hopefully, hopefully they'll sign Bellinger and still go after Tucker. That could slightly make me happy, but then again, we still need pitching. So you can have all the bats in the world, but if we're being outslugged, then the problem is still there. Short Hills is next. I would love if they signed Bellinger.
The next station stop is Short Hills. When leaving the train, please watch the gap.
You should be used to playing in New York. This is Short Hills. I've been to this mall a couple of times in Short Hills. It's a 46. Why am I not surprised?
This station stop is Short Hills.
Well, that's the other thing. That's how I knew Diaz wasn't going to stay, because it was kind of like a slap in the face when they signed Williams. Now, if I'm Diaz, I'm looking at it like this guy's here to take my job. It's like, I like being here, but now you have two closers, so what are you really saying to me? So I definitely hold no feelings against Diaz for leaving. Man's got to do what he's got to do, you know. He's got to do what he got to do, and he had a chance to go with a winner, two-time defending champs. So, yeah, I would have made the same decision. I just wouldn't have done it so fast, you know? Like, you've been somewhere for 7 years. You get plenty of love from the crowd. The fans love you. You're a team favorite. They obviously want you there. I don't know if Stearns felt the same way, but never heard anything bad about him. Good in the spotlight of New York. Does well under pressure. And then you go and sign a player who does the same thing as me to the team when you know I'm trying to come back. Yeah, I would feel a certain way too. And I really don't blame him. I just hate that he went to the Dodgers. You know, like, at the end of the day, we're still going to have to play them if they are good. He's not doing a good job. He's not doing a good job, because I guarantee you, if he shows his face in New York City, they're going to throw things at him. I guarantee you. He better not take the train. He take the train, they're going to kill him. Everyone knows what he looks like, that are Met fans anyway. And they will let him know. Like, buddy, you are not doing a good job. And I don't know if Steve Cohn said to him, you need to try to save me money. do what you can to make a winner, but I don't want you spending more than this off season, because I need to build my casino and I need that extra money. Now I doubt that's the case because the man's a multi-billionaire, but at the same time, I'm sure he doesn't want to lose money. And
The next station stop is Summit. When leaving the train,
I want to say he's a good owner. Definitely better than the Wilpons. But I can't speak for the actual players. I don't know what goes on inside the locker room. But this is Summit. This will be the last stop on this train. And there should be a red light at the end of this platform. So I'm just gonna cruise in here. Not that I'm gonna overshoot it, but yeah, like I said, he's a businessman, and he's got what he wanted with the whole casino thing. So
this station stop is Summit.
so right now he's just like, I'm chilling, dude. Like, I got what I wanted. Let's see if we can fix this if we can. If not, oh well. But that was the Arrow leaving Hoboken to Summit, New Jersey on the Morristown line. I really do love the Arrow. It's quickly becoming one of my favorite trains overall in America. I would say over the Acela train and the ALP 46. Not really a 45 fan, but the 46 I do like a lot. But we'll return back to the main menu and see if we can hop in a Long Island Railroad service. I am showing the US some love today. It's been a while since I've been on the Long Island Railroad as well, so hopefully I don't have any hiccups. But if it's anything like the M4s and the M8s, like on the Harlem line here, I should be okay. But you never know. Those M9s, especially with this with Train Sim World 6, they don't allow you to take any of the safety systems off. That was one of the prerequisites when they gave the license to Train Sim World. But turn this down a little bit. I feel like I'm yelling over myself. But we'll check it out. Hop any M7. Actually, I want to hop any M9. What am I doing? There is another Long Island Railroad, because this one doesn't have the M9. So where is it? Unless I'm passing it. There it is. Okay. Nope, I just hit the wrong one again. Sorry. It's this one. There you go. M9. Yeah, I've been hearing so much about Padres and Mets trades that I I don't think it's ever going to happen. Because all you hear is talks, talks, talks. Not enough action. So if I'm lucky enough, we'll actually get some good quality players on this team. Okay, I'm gonna jump into this New York Penn to Babylon service on this M9. Changing it to custom because if I wanted the weather to change, I would change it. It should just be the default. Like, don't give me dynamic weather if I don't ask for it. It should just be regular weather until I change it. And then if I don't catch it, then it starts raining on a crisp, nice, sunny day out of nowhere. You're like, what's going on? But whatever. Bear with me because I am rusty on this Long Island Railroad. It's definitely been a while since I've driven this any trains on the L.I.R.R. But I'm showing my home some love, so. Okay, and we are in New York Penn. Just gotta turn the key on. The reverser into forward. Now, do I have to pipe the brakes on this thing? Or does it do it automatically? Let me see. Let me look at the screen here. There we go. Yep, I gotta pipe the brakes. There we go. It's piping. Should be good to go. Instrument lights are on. Headlights are on bright. Opening the doors. And we will hop out. I mean, this unit really is clean. I like this unit. I don't see any destinations though. Is it on the side? No destinations. What's going on with the hairstyles? There's a lot of red-headed people in New York. Jeez. I mean, it is what it is, man. I can't tell you who should be a starter. All I know is they don't want Senga anymore, but he wants to stay. So he'll be fighting about that, trying to prove his case. Okay, time to depart. Closing the doors. It's because they don't know what they're doing. They don't know what they're doing, that's why. Just like I don't know what I'm doing. There we go. Wasn't moving before. All right, 15 leaving the platform. Next stop is Jamaica. Jamaica, Queens. As we travel under the East River to Long Island City. Prepare to hear that a lot, because I can't turn that off. Well, this is what the Mets do. They ruin players. Other than Who was the guy? Severino. Severino had a good year. Um, who else? Severino had a good year, and then he left to Oakland. And then you have Manaya, who had a great year, and then he got hurt and was crappy. Other than that, no, you know who was good though? The guy that came from the A's. I mean, not the A's, the Angels. Was Griffith? Griffin? Griffin Canaan. That's it. Griffin Canaan was lights out, and then he got hurt, and who knows what what could have been if he was healthy. Maybe we'd have won that one game that we needed to make the playoffs. $9.6 miles to Jamaica. Yeah, Griffin Canaan. As we travel under the East River. They must have changed the speed limit because I don't remember being able to go this fast under the East River leaving Penn Station. I mean, obviously I'm not an actual train driver, but I have played this route before. It is what it is. I'll be keeping an eye on my track speeds because I don't want the safety systems to yell at me. The stupid alerter goes off every 5 seconds. I mean, we all got to make sacrifices, and it just seems like the Mets are sacrificing the fans, which is not cool. Because who gives you your support, your money, you start hurting Cone's pocket, then maybe things will change. But until then, just under 8 miles to Jamaica. Last transfer point if you are heading to the airport. I've actually done this trip many times, heading out to JFK. It's cheaper. Like who wants to drive into New York from New Jersey to leave their car at JFK for however many days you're going out? So if I'm taking a flight from JFK, I usually just hop on the train. Jersey Transit, go into the city, hop on the A train, switch to the air train, or I can just hop on this, and it takes me straight to Jamaica in like 15 minutes, which isn't bad either. It's not expensive. I think it's like $13 or something like that. But you still pay less than if you were to park your car in the long-term parking or short-term parking or whatever. And this thing's already yelling at me. I'm only doing 44. I'm way under the speed limit. .7 miles to Jamaica. So he has yellows. I'm just gonna cruise around 40. And if it starts yelling at me, I'll come down. M7s are cool too, but these units remind me of the ones on the Harlem line, the newer ones anyway, not the old M4s. I pretty much grew up on that Harlem line. It runs through the Bronx. Yeah, but you know what? I'd rather be late than having the train stop because I want to go fast and the train saying no, you can't go fast. I mean, I'll push it to 60, but if this thing starts yelling at me, I'm coming down. Copy that. Yeah, I see the 80 coming up, but... And there was the L.I.R.R letting me know. It still says 70 for my train speed. All right, I'm gonna trust your judgment on this. Yeah, I see the 70. That just pushed the 80. So with this unit, I don't see the typical letters system, like the L.M.R. I think it's an N, where like it regulates the speeds for like 10 miles an hour per. Yeah? Okay, cool. Because yeah, the Metro North ones use that a lot. Hudson and Harlem at least. I'm not sure about New Haven, but I'm just so used to that access system and ATC yelling at me, and I'm like, I'm not even going that fast. Like, okay, cool. All right, so if I listen to that rule, then I just have to worry about this alerter going off that I have to acknowledge every, I guess, 30 seconds. All right, but we're just under 3 miles to Jamaica. And also, I feel like there should be a whole lot more trains passing me. Yeah, those. Like this is one of the busiest routes in New York. If anything, I would say one of the busiest routes in America. Like there should be more traffic going by me. Or am I just not remembering? Just not remembering a whole lot of stuff that I thought I saw as a kid. I mean, I didn't take Long Island Railroad a lot as a kid, but I still remember a lot of traffic. Well, then they need to update it. Like, that's one of the things I hate about the American content on Train Sim World. I feel like they half-ass it. Like there should be a lot. I'm coming down. I'm coming down. Calm down. There should be a lot of traffic on some of these routes that I'm just not seeing. And I don't know if it's me or if things have just changed as I've gotten older. $6,000 feet from Jamaica. All right, cool. So it's not just me then. Drop it down below 40. Yep. All right, so pretty much I'm dropping. Here we go, bro. So pretty much I can actually listen to and go on even more. I got you. What is it, 20 entering the platform? So pretty much I'm listening to I don't know what to call that, but my speed chart basically in front of me. But without route knowledge, it's kind of hard to actually know that you need to break down at certain times. So I always feel like I'm cheating if I look at the corner, the right corner at the top there. Like for that specific reason, I took off the track. Like I don't want to know what's coming up most of the time, because if I was actually driving this thing, I wouldn't know unless I know. But when I play so many of these routes, I play so many different routes, I don't remember all of what I need to know unless I've played it so much that track knowledge is you know, is there. Like I can just tell you offhand, all right, I need to be at this. And there are routes where it's like that, and I can just say, all right, I need to be down to this, and I don't need the HUDs at all. But when you play so many different DLCs, it's not that simple. Sure, I would love to just do that and take it off and just drive like this. But then I'm literally driving blind because I have no idea when those signals are coming, especially in America. In the UK, maybe a little bit more because they have such huge um, boards where you can see where you need to make your adjustments. But in America, it's not so simple. You need to know. You need to have your route knowledge. And I just don't have that anymore. Maybe on the New York to Trenton line, but that's about it. You know, and anything a little more long train. Anything with cargo, yeah, I'm just totally lost, man. Like, I just keep it passenger. Unless I play it enough, but that's never going to be the case. Because I like to play different routes. But this is Jamaica. Okay, doors are opening on the right. Like, I don't know, to me this just looks dark. Like, not the sun, but all the shade. All the shade on this just looks a little bit off. I mean, this does look like Jamaica Station to me. I mean, I have been here a couple of times. This looks accurate, or close to accurate. I don't think it's really accurate. Like there should be machines to buy tickets. I don't see none of that here. I mean, that's a small thing, but it's still a thing. Okay, and the doors are closing. I don't believe so. I mean, I can check that later, but I don't believe so. All right, I'll check that out. And I don't have that issue. Oh, 15, I'm about to speed. I'm about to speed out. I don't have that issue on most of the other ones I have. Alright, I'm coming down, relax. I just noticed it right now. Yeah, I almost forgot. I'm just so used to speeding out of a platform that I totally forgot. All right, next stop is St. Albans. Okay. That's right. Sort of clicked it. St. Albans in 10 miles. Excuse me, 2 miles. And this lever's a little tighter than the one on the Harlem line. It's like I really got to push it down to pick it to the one I want. Interior wise, it looks like the same thing, but it's not. By the way, thank you, NYCTA Railfan. Sorry, I just realized you were in the room because I've been trying to deal with this locomotive. Thank you for the assist, and welcome to the stream. If there's anybody else I forgot to acknowledge here, just let me know. Okay, looks like we can get up to 80 here. Yeah, as growing up as a Mets fan, and even worse, growing up as a Mets fan from the Bronx, I have taken New York City Transit a lot out to Queens, but I don't really remember taking L.I.R.R. a lot. Obviously, I have to get to the airport, but that's more of a adult thing. Because as a kid, I did not travel a lot. Not because I didn't want to. It's just, you know, my mom was taking care of 3 kids. Like, it's kind of hard to do a lot of traveling and having vacation time and all that stuff when priorities are a little bit different. With that being said, the L.I.R.R. always intrigued me. Because yeah, it to me, I don't know. I would classify it as a more suburban subway system, although it's overground mostly. But it was something that we never really did as a kid growing up. Everything was subway for me, which sounds weird because I'm from New York, and to actually say that, it just sounds funny. But yeah, everything was MTA. Just subway. It was BMT. Yeah, like just everything subway. But as an adult, it's different, you know, like especially if you're unfortunately enough of a Islanders fan, probably the fastest way to get out there would be LIRR. I'm not saying I'm an Islanders fan, I'm just saying in general. She should be slowing down here. What am I doing? I'm a Rangers fan, but yeah, like you probably would want to take Long Island Railroad, because if not, you're gonna be stuck on Long Island for like 3 hours trying to get out. And you know I'm not lying. If you're from New York, you know I'm not lying. This is St. Albans. Doors opening on the left. Yeah, I'm from the Bronx, so I see a lot of the saw a lot of the BMT trains. And I thought I was going to Babylon. I really did. But either way, that was fun. It was quick. And if it actually did feel good to hop back on an LIRR train. And I need to get on this a little more. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. I know I enjoyed it. But let's head back to the main menu. The BMT lines, are they not the lettered ones? Yeah, the IRT and the BMT, right? If I'm not mistaken. If you have any requests, uh, yes, that does sound familiar. Any requests? If not, I'm gonna pick something I'm familiar with. Yeah, I grew up with the D and the B train at the time. Now that's switched. I think it may be uh, D and C. No, not D and C. I don't know. I have not been in New York for a minute. I don't know what they've done, but I know they've changed what trains go out to like Yankee Stadium and stuff like that. Copy that, copy that. All right, cool. Yeah, that's what I grew up on in the concourse, the B and the D. My favorite football team right now are the Giants and the Knicks. Obviously, well, not obviously, like like it's that blatantly obvious, but yeah, orange and blue is in my veins, except for the Islanders, uh, which is really weird because I grew up in the Bronx and I don't like the Yankees. So go figure that one out. All right, I'm gonna jump on the Gospel Oak line because I really love the 710. And I think we'll do a evening run. We'll do the 507 run. Change my weather. And back. Awesome. They're doing really good right now. Okay. Here we are in Gospel Oak, and it is dark as you know what. Actually, I want to turn the lights on so I can see. I'm just gonna hop back in a chair and do that. Now I can go in here. I want to turn on my vigilance, and I want to turn on my TPWS. And I want to unisolate. What's that? I'm back in a chair. Master key in. This goes in forward. Acknowledge that.
Operational.
We'll turn off the lights and get the doors open. .509 depart. We will hop out and get a look at this beautiful train. Headlights are not on. Sorry. That's all the confusion, guys. Sims on this are tweaked. Wow, she can walk through doors. Awesome. Let me know how it goes. Okay, it's dark out here. And we are departing. Yeah, I don't know about that. If you, unless you have really good route knowledge, it can be very difficult. I mean, I used to have route knowledge, but I haven't played it in a while. And where is my headlights? I mean, I'm also a little bit rusty. I technically haven't streamed in a month, aside from a stream that I did earlier today. And the last stream I did wasn't even Train Sim World. It was Train Sim Classic, which I actually prefer. I prefer to play Train Sim Classic. I just think there's more of a variety. Yeah, I'm on TikTok too. I've never streamed on TikTok. What I usually do is I'll stream on here, and I still have my YouTube page, and I'll just like make clips and put them on TikTok. I really don't think my audience is that big on TikTok yet. I mean, it's definitely growing, but I wouldn't say it's, you know, big enough that I can just hop on whenever I want to and people will watch it religiously. I wish that's the case. Every content creator wish that's the case, but I'm just not there yet, and I acknowledge that. You know, it takes time to grow a channel, and I've only been doing this for about a year now. Yeah, definitely about a year, because I just got this computer around Christmas of last year, so it's definitely been about a year. Not streaming. Streaming, it's only been 6 months. But making content, as far as like I can put it up and people can watch it, I've only been doing it for about a year. But this is Upper Holloway. Doors will be opening on the left. Hopping outside. Cool. I'll check you out if I'm done streaming. Most likely I will be, because this will be my last run. I'm starting to get hungry. So yeah, I'll check you out. Which you said you're doing the Northeast Corridor. Which train are you driving? Really love the 710. Awesome. That's actually my favorite train to drive. 46. It's definitely very knowledgeable of the Long Island Railroad. So it'll be cool to see what you do with the Northeast Corridor there. As I don't pay attention. Funny thing is, I know this route like the back of my hand. And not paying attention. Shake this rust off. Crouch Hill is next. As we head to Barking Riverside. This is Crouch Hill. And we got some time to kill, so I'm gonna hop out and set up a flyaway in the dark. Right, applying power. Iron Gate Green Lanes is next. Love the headlights on this unit. There's not a lot of UK trains where you get this brightness with the headlights. Apparently, they don't value the safety of the drivers and the people on the train as much as America does. But this is probably one of the few trains I would drive at nighttime in this game. Simply because you can't see where you're going. But we're coming up on Haringey Green Lanes. Doors will be opening on the left. Yeah. I mean, I would like to believe that. But I also have some UK friends, and they pretty much told me that they value people seeing the train over the drivers being able to see, which is ludicrous to me that that's even an option. Um, but it's also why most of their trains are yellow in the front. Like if you look at most of their trains, they have a yellow nose, and it's because their headlights are shite, which is really sad. Uh, like if you notice, this actual train does not have a yellow nose because the headlights are bright. And plus, I really do like this route, so it's not too long. It almost feels like, you know, me being from New York, it kind of feels like a subway train to me, like somewhere in Brooklyn, because it doesn't go underneath. But I'm not gonna fight you on that. That could very well be the case, but I've never noticed it because I just tend to do day runs, so I don't have to worry about it. Like all my runs on the ALP 46 have been daytime runs. Um, Sella, same. But I just noticed that this particular train, the class 710, the lights are muy bien. And it's the only ones I would use to actually do a night run. Which is sad because it's so much of a timetable that I'm not using because of that. And I don't know. Right now, Dovetail's got their own issues to work out. Coming up on South Tottenham. See, this looks a little more crisp to me. Unlike that Long Island Railroad station we were at. Like I don't know if it was just that DLC. I could be wrong. I don't know what you guys are seeing. I'm just looking at my screen. This is South Tottenham. And we got some time here. I don't think I've ever noticed that. The stations change as we get there. That's pretty cool. All right, Black Horse Road is next. I believe we're at 20 miles leaving here. And that's another thing. Why are the Sims able to affect my camera shots. Like they should just be walking through it and that's it. My camera shot should not change because they're walking past it. All right, 20 over the viaduct. Then it should get up to 35 on the way to Black Horse Road. I want to say thank you to everybody who is in the room, even if you're just lurking. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Over the viaduct. Looks a lot different at night. Used to doing this run in the day. But I'm definitely going to be late going into Black Horse Road. I usually always am. It just seems like that 20 miles an hour shouldn't be where it is, but it is. Or either that or they need to change the timetable. At least I get to pick it up here, and I will make up that time, hopefully, if I remember correctly. This is Black Horse Road. Ironically, I'll always meet another passing train at this station. I believe these trains run on a 15-minute loop from both ends. And I guess this is the middle point. Okay, this is Black Horse Road. And we are still late. Doors are closing. And applying power. Full beans here. Walthamstow Queens Road is next. As we get up to 45 miles an hour. .1% gradient as we pass by a Class 66 freight train. This is Walthamstow, Queens Road. Watch your step leaving the train. Doors opening on your left. About a minute back. I hate these cameras. All right, and departing. Leighton Midland Road is next. As we head to Barking Riverside. Now, I have been to Barking, but I have not been to Barking Riverside. All the traffic's at Barking. Another Class 66. I'm assuming we're going to see all the freight runs going on right now. It's all good. I love a busy timetable, even if it is freight. I just think it makes it feel more realistic. You know, like if you're the only train on the track, where's the fun in that? I don't think it's fun. I want to see some trains passing me. Preferably at high speed. Obviously not here, but would be cool. I just remember as a kid taking the subways in New York, and even if I'm on a local train, like a train passing me at speed would make the doors like push in. That's how fast it was going. This is Leighton Midland Road. This is the Gospel Oak to Riverside, Barking Riverside run. It's the Goblin, nicknamed the Goblin. It used to end at Barking. They extended it to Barking Riverside, but it used to be called the Goblin, and then they officially changed the name to the Suffragette line. But no one likes that name, so we still call it the Goblin. Short for Gospel Oak Barking line. They nicknamed it the Goblin. It's a really fun route. I mean, it's not like, you know, really long. I think it's probably like 40 minutes end to end. But it's got the coolest train on it, or one of the coolest trains. And it graphically, it looks really good. I enjoy it. Always a go-to. This one and I would say the West Coast Main Line is a good one to go to as well. There's so much you can do on that. Whether it's the Lioness line, hopping in one of these again, the 710. You have the Bakerloo line as well on there. In the class, in the 72 stock train. and I'm sure you've seen the 72 stock train. Uh, you have the flying pendolinos. No, but you have the pendolinos. You know, they're pretty fast. It's actually one of my favorite trains in the UK. You have the 350s, 375s, and you also have freight service that runs on there. So there's a lot you can do on that line as well. If you just get that line. Doors opening on the left. There's some good stuff in Germany too, but I don't play it as much because I don't speak German. But that shouldn't stop me, as long as I understand the dynamics of the game, which I do. And for the most part, some of the German stuff is really fun to play, especially with the ICE trains. I should play that a little more, but if I'm not playing this, I'm usually playing Train Sim Classic a lot. I actually prefer Train Sim Classic because there's more to do in Train Sim Classic. But Train Sim World, I mean, they're just popping out DLCs like crazy right now. Hopefully they're fixed and working. But it just seems like they're wanting to push out a whole lot of content right now, which I'm not mad at all. It's just I'm stuck in my ways. Like, I enjoy playing Train Sim Classic. I know the graphics aren't the best, but there's more variety. And obviously, I still play Train Sim World, so. But I also play other simulators. You know, Train Sim Dovetail games might be the go-to, but there still is other train simulators out there. World of Subways 4 was a pretty good one. Simrail, you got Run 8, you have Trains. Yeah, and I can't fault you for that. Like, they are the go-to. They are the go-to. But there was a point where, and this is recent, when I just did not want to play any Dovetail games. Well, at least Train Sim World, because I was still playing Train Sim Classic. Simply because they weren't beta testing their stuff, and they're just like shipping it out broken. And they know it's broken, and they're still charging full price. And I had a problem with that. I had a problem with that. The thing about Train Sim Classic, I don't know if you're playing on computer. If you are, you can catch a Steam sale and get a whole bunch of stuff really cheap. A whole bunch of stuff really cheap. Like, you can get routes for like $5. Like, if you catch it at the right time, or if you know when stuff is dropping on Steam, you can get it real cheap. That's the one drawback about Train Sim Classic, is I have to create my own timetables, because other people do their scenarios, and I'm missing assets. So if I create my own scenario, I know the assets are there, and I can put on whatever I want. And plus, it's just fun, like creating an actual timetable with all the amount of AI that I want to see on it. As long as they don't crash into anything, it's all good. Like, I can make it a loaded timetable. I create my own timetable. That's what I mean. When I create my own scenarios, I create my own timetable. It was definitely something I had to get used to. Understanding the editor. But once you understand the editor, it's not that bad. I think it's made me a better person knowing this, knowing how to do that. It makes me feel like I'm actually contributing to the game. This is Wood Grange Park. Not that far behind in time, but I'm not going to make that up. I have 2 stations left, if I remember right. Going full beans here. Honestly, I have everything but Steam in my Train Sim Classic catalog. Not that I don't like Steam. I just like going fast. And I like seeing traffic. So I may have like a couple of Steam locals in there. I don't have much. What's this coming up? Another 710. All right, next station is Barking. That's actually one of the things I don't like about this route. Speaking of Barking. Because I have been to the UK at least twice this year. I love going out there. They are missing so much. How do I say this? Not AI, but there's so much. So many trains are missing from off of this route alone. Like, I took actual video footage last time I was there, because I was just there in September, and there's at least 3 other services that stop at this station that is not in the game. You know what? I would say that that's the case, but if you hop on the Mildmay line, which is another route in this game. At Stratford, they have so many different AI services that they have stopping at that station, because there's a lot of trains that stop at Stratford. So I would definitely say that they need to, I don't know, I guess try to find a way to get it a little more accurate. Yeah, and they can try to figure that out when they actually make their timetables. Like, all right, it's just an AI train, so we'll just make it like a shell, basically. Like, there's no guts inside of it. Obviously, we can't drive it because it's not drivable, but like just a shell. I don't know. I'm not a game creator, so I don't know what all goes into it. I'm just speaking out loud. I'm sure they've thought of stuff like that, but this is Barking. And see, that's a problem because right now I'm playing on PlayStation, and we have more issues than people that play on computer. Um, but it's supposed to be able to handle it. It's supposed to be able to handle it, and I'm not making excuses for anybody. I just want to have good content, you know. So I play on both PC and the PlayStation. But had I known I was gonna be this much into train simming, I would have originally bought all of my stuff on the PC. It wasn't until I actually downloaded my first Train Sim World game that I started to like it. And once I started there, I wasn't even thinking about the PC. I wasn't thinking about differences in PCs and the console. But now all of my stuff is on PC and on PlayStation 5, and it doesn't make sense financially to switch over for me. So I just continue to buy all my stuff on the PlayStation. Yeah, my computer, I still have issues on my computer as well. Not on Train Sim World, but Train Sim Classic definitely, because it's an older engine. Where if I hop in and out of a DLC too much, I get the OOM, which really sucks. Because my computer's not cheap. You know, it was something I actually gifted to myself for Christmas last year. So I did spend some money on it. Yeah. But I didn't see it a lot until I actually started playing Train Sim Classic. And NVIDIA is supposed to be the best out there, and it still doesn't help. It still doesn't help. But I'm not complaining. I do have fun. I enjoy playing, regardless of what it's on. I just have to live with the crashes. It's gotten better. I recently just tried to fix my computer because I was getting a constant. Not on this computer that I'm streaming on, but my actual gaming laptop. And then I had an issue where I couldn't even get into Steam at one point, and I had to take Steam off, and I lost everything from Steam, which means all of my Train Sim stuff I had to figure out mentally what I had so I can re-download it, because half of it came from Steam, half of it came from Just Trains, half of it came from Armstrong Powerhouse, and all sorts of other third-party pages that I downloaded stuff from. And I would say I have a bulk of it back, but I'm still missing some stuff. So, but my performance on the computer is actually a little bit better right now. I changed some of the graphics for Train Sim Classic Platform 1, so it's handling it a little bit better. I'm just trying to see if I notice the differences. But this is Barking Riverside. This will be the last stop on this run. Doors will be opening on the right. I do like this station. Looks cool from the outside. You fly away. I don't know if I was late or on time. I'm gonna assume I was late. I was late for that whole journey. But that was the Gospel Oak to Barking Riverside. Driving in the Class 710, which is actually one of my favorite commuter trains out in the UK. The 345 is my most favorite train. Okay, I wish they would put that in the game, but I'm tired of asking for it. It is what it is. But we'll jump back into the main menu. And that is actually gonna do it for me today. This was a 3-hour stream. I was actually on earlier for another 2.5 hours. I'm a little bit hungry. Hope you guys enjoyed yourself. I definitely enjoyed myself and meeting some new people. Thank you guys for actually jumping in the stream. NYCTA Rail fan, it was a pleasure talking to you. Glad you hopped in and especially helped me on that Long Island Railroad train. Tiger, thank you as well. It's good to meet you guys. Always good to meet new people. For anybody else who's lurking and just watch the content and enjoy the content, I appreciate you as well. Usually I stream on Saturday around 1 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. in the UK for my UK friends. Always good to see you. Most likely we'll be on this Saturday. If I change that, I'll update the schedule on my page, but most likely that's my time. Not sure what I want to do yet, but I still have it pinned in as wanting to stream, so it is what it is. But that's actually going to do it for me today. I'm going to go get some food, and hope you guys actually enjoyed yourself, and yeah, hopefully I'll see you guys again on my next stream, and I will see you guys later.